A few months ago, I finally got an opportunity to play Cards Against Humanity at a friend's house, and after all the hype it's received over the years about its dark comedy, I was rather sort of disappointed with it, and it's mostly with the creativity aspect of it. I was expecting something a little more than what you got on the cards. And even worse is if you had a rather crap hand in the game, the whole game just collapsed on itself because you couldn't really be funny or creative whatsoever with them. But luckily, a few people have recommended to me Superfight, which you may remember from being a Kickstarter campaign a couple of years ago, which was wildly successful, and somebody has been very kind enough to donate me a copy. Isn't that nice of them? So without further ado, let's have a look at the game itself. Now there are a number of ways to play Superfight according to the instructions, but I'm going to be showing you the most basic form of the game. I'm going to assume there's also 4 players playing this game as well. Now, so you've got your white cards, which are your character cards, and your black cards, which are your powers and weaknesses cards. So what you do, the first thing you do of all is pick a villain, and sort of a character for everybody to play against in the fight. So we'll pick one at random here, this one. So it is a cat, okay, a cat. And then you pick 2 cards from the black card pile for their powers. And their 2 powers are this one, which is... first power is they can take the form of anything they touch. And their second power is a hoarder, so that is their downside. So that is the enemy we all have to play against. So we're going to have 4 players playing. So each player, they pick three white cards and 3 black cards. So let's have player 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll take the white cards away because we don't need them anymore for this round. And 3 black cards each for each player. Okay, so 1, whoops, would have forgotten the right way around, wouldn't it? So, what? Okay, I did mix them around earlier, but 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So each player has a... They get, first of all, each player chooses which character they'd like to battle out of each 3. So this person, they have an eagle, a whale, or a wizard. So who would be the best person to fight against a cat? So it must be all three of them. Well, we're going to go for a wizard, just to be a little bit on the creative side. This player, they have got a polar bear, Hannibal, or an electric eel. So I don't know which Hannibal that is. Is that Hannibal Lecter or Hannibal the historical character? So what would be the most powerful out of the 3 of them? That would be, well, say a polar bear, obviously, because they're probably more dangerous than Hannibal Lecter. So in a normal game, they would keep the 3 cards as well, but I'm going to put them aside just to make it a little bit less complicated. This person down here, they have got a musketeer, an emperor penguin, or Sherlock Holmes. So we are going to say which one would be the most creative. Well, we'll put Sherlock Holmes because he's like the smartest of the 3. And player 4 at the bottom, they have got Miley Cyrus, a crocodile hunter, the Terminator. So obviously the Terminator's the best one out of that one, and here they have that one. Okay, so that's the players they have all chosen. Thank you, Larry. Got your arm stuck to it. And now, I've actually only got 2 cards for this bird. Oh, that's because I got it stuck. So they got 3 powers each. So each player then chooses their own power they have from the 3 cards. So I won't show you these ones, just to be more creative. So, okay, their power card for the wizard is they can control all animals, which will probably be deadly against the cat. Okay, this player, let's see their most powerful card. They're wearing an robotic exoskeleton. The polar bear's wearing an exotic exoskeleton. Sherlock Holmes, what's his most powerful card? Okay. Okay, his power is he can heal 100 times faster than normal. Not as good as power against the cat really, but you know, cats are pretty nasty with their claws when they're a bit angry. And this player, they have, let's have a look. The Terminator has 2 extra arms, so he's like Goro. Or has he got? Yeah, he's got 4 arms in it, yes. So there you go. That's their extra powers. Now, you're wondering, white, you actually have 2 cards against the enemies. So what they do for this is you choose the player on your right, or left, is it? Well, on the rotation anyway. You choose your next player's power or weakness to go against them. So how about the wizard against the polar bear? Now, he's got 2 cards left. He's got no depth perception, or he's got literal jazz hands. So what power will go against him fighting a cat? So probably no depth perception, because the cat could run all over the place. So that's his power. He can discard now. The polar bear to the Terminator. Okay, his extra powers are he's carrying a baby, or steal 1 attribute from an opponent, and discard this thing from us. So what we're going to go into that a bit later on. So this one is Terminator's carrying a baby for that one. Okay, this steal 1 attribute from an opponent that you can, if they got a really good power, you can take it off them, make them draw their 3rd and final card. That's what that means, but we won't do that because it's just to keep it on the basic side. The Terminator to Sherlock Holmes. His powers are, the bottom half is draw another character card from the deck, or can hold breath forever. So holding breath forever is quite a good power, I suppose, but not really in a creative level against a cat. But we're going to go for this one, bottom half of Sherlock Holmes. So we go back to the white cards, pick one from the top of the thing. So his bottom half is 101 Dalmatians. So that's a really freaky looking Sherlock Holmes if you've got 101 Dalmatians for a bottom half of his body. So that's his power, and that's his weakness. And finally, Sherlock Holmes to the wizard. His 2 cards are he can shoot tear gas, or he can stop time while holding his breath. So how does that? So probably we're going to say shoots tear gas really, because that's. Actually, no, we're going to shoot how can hold time but holding his breath, because he can only do it for a certain amount of time. So there you go. That is that's all 4 players. Now, this is where the creative level comes in. All 4 players have to plead their case of why their character would be the winner. So obviously, a polar bear wearing a robotic exoskeleton with no depth perception, would he fight? Would he beat against a cat? So. Obviously, the answer can take the form of anything they touch. So that would be quite hard against a polar bear, because when they're fighting even on even, that would sort of draw a blank there, wouldn't it? So that is a bit of a maybe there. The Terminator has 2 extra arms and he's carrying a baby. So that would work not as well against the cat. So that's still a maybe. Sherlock Holmes can heal 100 times faster than normal, and 101 Dalmatians. Would that work against the cat as well? That is debatable as well. And the wizard can control all animals and can stop time even while holding his breath. So I would say the wizard would win this round out of all 3 of them, because he's the only one who can attack the cat, control the cat without actually physically touching him. Everybody else has to have physical force against the cat to actually defeat it. So I would say out of all 4 cards, the wizard would be the winner. Okay. Now the winner they get to keep the card, and depending on what rules you like. So it's either the first winner to claim 5 cards, or you can play it against sort of a top trump style, where everybody keep their card, everybody else loses a card and has to play the other 2 cards they got because they haven't announced them. So the wizard's other 2 cards were no, it wasn't. It was polar bears. So stuff like that. So they have to use their other 2 cards until they run out, and the wizard gets to keep theirs as well. So there you go. So it's a little bit of definition of what you'd like to do, play for the games. Obviously, there's so many bloody cards, you'd be there all day if you're going to play through all of them. So it would be like the best of 5 or best of 3, the first person to win 3 rounds or something, give us a winner. And there you go. Isn't that fun? Now, to show you a game in play as well, I did actually record some footage of me playing with my brother a couple of weeks ago. And here it is. Okay, the next opponent is kindergarten class.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, and their powers are with a prehensile tail,
Right.
which doesn't really make sense, and they're armed with dynamite.
Oh, okay.
So that's a bit more formidable.
Yes.
So we pick 3 cards each. Okay, you pick 3. Okay, so I'll pick. Okay, so you've got to. Okay. Okay, have you chosen what you want? Okay, you chosen?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my one is a Tyrannosaurus Rex
Mm-hmm.
that can shoot webs.
Mm. Okay.
What's yours?
Mine is a Viking and a blimp.
Oh. And now you've got to pick a card for me.
Okay. You can have. Well, one's a bit bizarre. But there you go. Clothes are way too big.
You can have has 2 peg legs.
Okay, that's not too bad when you're up in a blimp. Not that relevant. Good.
Oh, okay. So who would win out of a fight between a Viking and a T-Rex with a kindergarten class?
Yes. Well,
I think it's pretty formidable, really, isn't it? If they're armed with dynamite, and there's probably at least 30 of them.
yeah. So what the point is, you can't get too close.
No.
So we've both got that because you can shoot webs, and I'm in a blimp, but I don't think in a blimp itself is particularly useful.
Depends.
Well,
Well, at least
it's
it's
not
not.
a Viking. He may have he may have some spears to throw, but I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to kill a whole class. So I think the T-Rex has more chance because he could probably shoot webs and catch them all before
You can disable them.
disable them. So I think that one would win. To be fair.
Oh, okay. So I win that round. So that's
Yes.
1 each.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you want to save what your other
My other ones were
characters?
Boy Scout,
Yes.
Mr. Rogers,
Okay.
whoever that is.
He's a children's program
Is he?
guy from America.
Right, and the bottom half is play another character from hand. I don't really know what that meant, to be honest.
Oh, you play another one of these, so you get double, like a tag team.
Right.
Okay. I had a Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm. That's quite good.
And pick a comic book character.
Oh, right, okay.
So and
Oh, so you could have been Superman or someone.
yes,
That would have been quite good.
I suppose so. I thought, well, like a T-Rex though is pretty.
Yes.
But what I've shown you so far about Superfight is the absolute bare bones game. If you're really enjoying it and want to build on it further, there are actually 5 expansion sets available for the game as well, which really build into something really special and makes the game really unique and stand out against other card games. Now there's 5 different games in the set. First of all, there is the blue pack, which is locations to fight the characters in. So these cards can be chosen as either an individual card for each character is where they'll fight the enemy, or you can have one card as a whole, or just use your imagination how you like to use the cards, which is the thing I really like about the game. And some random locations we put some in include the Lake of Boiling Cheese as a location, and also Mount Everest. and one for luck, Soviet Russia. So those are certain areas that you can fight. And our second pack is actually the purple scenario set, as you can see here. So these are scenarios for the characters to be fighting in. We'll do a couple of random ones for these. So there you go, that's the purple set. Let's have a look. One of them is all attribute cards are disabled. So that's that'd be quite an interesting one actually. So it would be just bare bones fighting characters. Fighters are rabbits. And let's have a look, what's all this one? Also, fighters are stuck to the ground 10 yards apart. Well, one more for luck as well, which is fighters skiing in front of an avalanche. So these are pretty rather things, and if you're thinking about it as staking your claim as to the winner of this fight, I mean, it would rather get some rather interesting arguments about it, which is really how Superfight works above all other card games. Which is really how I actually enjoy it. This is why I enjoy it, because it is actually more of a creative element. Now, also, there is the orange set, which is the geek set. So this is 100 geek-based cards. There's references to video games, television, movies, comic books, and things from the weird part of the internet. So we'll have a look at some of them at random. This is the orange set. So let's have a look. Okay, these are different. These are black and white cards, even though it's an orange set. So characters. This is actually probably for the main game itself, rather than just additional ones at the top, so you can actually add new characters. This is like DLC rather than a add-on pack, really. There is orange in that. So okay, you can have in stealth mode. Okay, the white cards. Oh, white cards are characters still. So you can have like Master Chief, a Brony, He-Man, pick any sci-fi character, pick any video game character, Colossus and Titan, and Doge. See, this is what I sort of mean about the internet type thing. So that's the orange set, and the orange, dark orange thing is actually different sort of the attributes. These are different attributes and that. So it's like in stealth mode, has a pet dire wolf. Game of Thrones, armed with a mirror shield, is wearing a red shirt, and armed with the one ring. So there you go, that's the sort of things from the geek set. Now if you're playing with kids, you can also have the green set, the G-rated set as it were, and these are to play, you know, these are for kids, so you like family, you got your family over and stuff like that, and you don't want it something too easy. So you got the original, you got the characters and attributes again. Let's sort these out for you. Okay, so the white ones are the characters. So what sort of characters for the G-rated ones? They've got like you, okay, coming back from his cameo in all the WWF games. A French fry, a snowman, a lion, a tiger, a panda. So it's very sort of kiddies-ish characters in it, so everybody would know who they are. Or the boogeyman, a monkey, stuff like that. And also the attribute cards for the G-rated cards are stuff like made of ice cream, made of glue, skunk spray, can clap so hard they knock everyone down, can go to timeout if they do anything mean. Okay, that would be quite a good negative one. And also wears giant clown shoes. So these are them. And finally, from all of them, if you notice I put the family-friendly one first earlier. If you do insist on having something Cards Against Humanity style, you can also have the R-rated red cards. Now these are very dark. Well, not really. Well, so you know what I mean. So we shall split them out again. And also, again, this is like the DLC set, where it's attributes and characters. So there's the cards and the characters. So different characters you can have for the R-rated sets include, we'll cut these down the middle, a saber-toothed vagina, a human centipede, a midget, a dumpster baby, pick a cancer, a dominatrix, or a furry, or Jesus. So there you go, that's the sort of characters you can have from the R-rated card. And the attributes are stuff like as you would have to get the right things out. Let's just put them over at random. Okay, R-rated cards is armed with a bow and cancer-tipped arrows. Okay, I'm really going for the cancer thing here. Can literally talk anyone. Can literally talk the pants off anyone. Can only attack opponents' genitals. Shoots webs out of anus. And in the middle of having sex with blank, draw a random character card. So yes, so have the white ones back again, and it would be no, it wouldn't be. Actually, those. Let's go to the white ones. The ghost of Osama bin Laden. So that's rather creepy. So there you go. That is the additional packs as well. So you can really build on the basic Superfight set with all these ones. But overall, I really enjoy playing Superfight. I'm not the keenest card game player in the world. In fact, Top Trumps is my only expertise. But Superfight, with its simple instructions, was great fun to get into with my noobish experience. And playing it with friends and family was even more fun. So it's one of those games that bridges the gap of you can play with friends and family and not feel silly on either side. And with the expanded card game sets, made Superfight even more fun. So I would highly recommend it. It's different enough to have fun with. Which doesn't make sense. But there you go. I've been Guru Larry. Goodbye and good card gaming.